Yes. Welcome back to another stream. I've lost all my hair, by the way. It's the stress of a FA Cup final for people that
looking young. Looking young.
People, can they hear us? Can you hear us? You can hear us. Yes. I hope you're good. Press conference reaction. It's time for the FA Cup final content to begin. Obviously, we've got a big game. The small matter, innit? The small matter of an FA Cup final. The first time in history, a Manchester final. They've already engraved Manchester, aren't they, on the FA Cup as well, which is pretty sick.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that. It just feels weird. It feels weird. The whole thing, there's not enough hype around it. Like I said before, we just went live. You wouldn't know what's happening.
Yeah, you'd have no idea that the hype doesn't really exist at this moment in time. But we're here for it now. I'm low key. I'm actually not nervous yet.
Neither am I. For some reason, I was nervous.
I've not thought about it. That's why.
I was nervous on the Big Six last night, but then I woke up this morning and I just didn't care that much anymore. I don't know why. I've just chilled out.
you just like, yeah, I don't care anymore. Like, I'm done.
I reckon when I get to London tomorrow and I see I reckon, you know what it is, when I get to Dublin Airport, because Dublin Airport will be full of United fans going over to the game, and I'll see them all in their red shirts. When
you have that pint in it, you need to have that pint. That's your lucky pint. That.
Do the people want that in the vlog? Because last time I cut it out and I said, I don't know if you guys want to see that or if you are seeing that. I can bring back the Dublin pint.
You need the Dublin pint needs to be a thing. I rate the Dublin pint, mate, because it's like a superstition.
Never lost, man. The Dublin pint, I've never lost, and that goes way before the vlogs. That goes back before I was with City Extra. The Dublin pint first started, I believe, the day we beat Villa at home last season to win the league.
Nice. So there we go then. Dublin pint season. It needs to continue.
You need to come over for a Dublin pint this summer.
I do need to come over for a Dublin pint. It's been a while since I've been over there for a Dublin pint. Exactly. Me and LB, 16 pints. 16 Dublin pints.
I was carrying LB into a taxi, like, get him home.
I remember, for people that don't know this story, right? If you don't know, there's a shot of LB. He says he'll never see his mum again because he says he's not coming back from Dublin. There's a shot of LB steaming in Dublin. That's me and LB in Dublin the first time we went and met Hugh. And that night we drank 16 pints. And it got to the point where LB, he had a pint in front of me. There was a 16th pint. And he had it in front of him and he said to me, he was like, I don't think I can do it, bro. And I was like, yes, you can. I was like, I promise you. We pep talked. Remember, we pep talked him into doing the final pint. Was like, just do this one pint and then we'll get on the vodka and cokes, which was also a mistake. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? 16 pints again is then vodka and cokes. Not a thing.
Yeah, it was heavy, man. It was heavy as fuck.
Did we watch England?
I don't know. I don't remember.
I don't know. We was there from like 12 o'clock in the afternoon to like 3 in the morning.
Yeah, it was a full day, full like 14-hour drinking session. Like
it was incredible. Oliver Wilson pre-drinks that. Get the fuck. Right. Anyway, we are here for a reason. It is the Pep's press conference. We'll go through what he's had to say ahead of the FA Cup final. There is some other stuff which was before the press conference started. But so he said this is before the press conference started, I think. He said, the FA Cup's so special, the most historic domestic cup competition in the world. When we won it in 2019, I can honestly say it was one of my favourite moments as Manchester City manager. We want to win it again. Yeah, that's one of the things that I feel like we've not won it a lot. We've only won it twice.
No, I think we have. I saw this on the overlap the other day. I think it's combined, the men and women have 6 or 5, and the men might have 3 or 4.
Yeah, I don't
overall, know. Like ever. Under Pep, we only have, is it 1?
Yeah, I think only 1 under Pep. We have 5.
Then
we have 5. Twice since the takeover is what I meant. Yeah, that's what I meant, like post takeover mode. But yeah, that's one of the things. 6 men, 3 women. The ladies have got 3. Okay. That's pretty mad. That's a lot of FA Cups. And not as many as... Is it Arsenal who've got fucking loads of FA Cups? Arsenal have won the FA Cup many a time.
It's their competition, man.
Yeah, it is. Pep Guardiola says, I can promise you we'll do everything we can to try and make that happen. The fact that for us to win it again, which is very, very good. He said, to be in the FA Cup final as Premier League champions is amazing. To win the title 5 times in 6 years is something very special. We try to be consistent and work hard every day, but I never imagined we'd win 5 in 6, especially in this country, which it just shows how big that gap is, man. We're in 5 in 6 is incredible. That is incredible. And then, like, that's why you get talks of Farmers League, innit? But it's not like it's been easy. We've not walked all these leagues.
No, but it's also not our fault that we're winning them. Like it's not our fault that we've raised the standards of this league. Like you should want the standards of the league to be raised all the time and constantly getting better. We can't legislate for other teams' failures. We can't legislate for other teams failing to match us on the level that we've reached. We've done our bit. We've run our club brilliantly. You know, the Chargers is a whole different conversation, but we are led to believe our club's been run fantastically to the point where we are a successful club. If your club can't keep up, that's a you problem. Don't call it a Farmers League.
Cal says we literally had to get the most points ever season after season. Like, it's not like we were pushed, man. We were pushed to the end for most of these Premier League. So I think it's been good, man. I think the competition's been good, like especially between us and Liverpool. That's been like some major competition. The title races have been incredible. Like the fact that we have to watch the Liverpool games and sweat on them losing. Same with Arsenal this year. Arsenal have took it very far as well. It has been sick. Obviously we are blessed and spoiled as City fans to win 5 and 6, like 7 and 11. Actually, it says
I believe it's since the takeover we've won 50% of the Premier Leagues since the takeover. That is like absolutely outrageous.
Yeah, that's not normal, is it? That ain't normal. So Pep's press conference started. He said, his press conference started, but then Freddie tweeted about Erik ten Hag has confirmed that Antony is unlikely to be fit for United versus City. He got stretchered. Did he get stretchered off? He got took off the other day. So unlikely that Antony will be playing in this game. Pep says it's the final of the FA Cup. It's a pleasure to be here. It's a final, so nothing else. It should be good for us. If we have to think about what we have to do to win one game, nothing changes. Game by game situation. We know the way that Pep likes to run it. That's the best way to do it. He says to analyse the strength of our opponents and the weaknesses they have. It's a football game. We can't control what happens outside of it. That's it. You got to do it on the pitch. You have to look at what they think United are good at. We got to go mad. We got to go mad on the pitch. Putting our, I keep saying this. Play like we did against Real Madrid and Bayern, and I think we win. We need to get back to them levels.
I think it's a case of, I know Pep's kind of just being humble, I guess, by saying, we'll analyze what the other team is good at and this, that, the other. But I think it's staring us right in the face. And we know this, that if we play to our best ability, it does not matter a toss what way Man United play. It really doesn't, because they're just not as good at us when we're at our best. So Pep will say to the players, you get up to your level. It doesn't matter what they do. You'll be cautious of the fact that they'll sit back and do their counter attack as they've always done against us. And it can be effective. But we know if we play to those levels that we've seen this season, so we know we can do it, they don't beat us. And I really believe that.
I agree. He says he's very sorry for the images he saw of Anthony Taylor. I hope it doesn't happen again. There's nothing else I can say. Yeah,
have you seen that, man?
Getting harassed at the airport.
Man, he's there with his wife. He just wants to go home, and they're proper attacking him. It's disgusting, man. It's
all because it came out with Mourinho waiting for him after the thing. Then that's like a catalyst, isn't it? So it almost becomes like an allowance to harass Anthony Taylor. They see Mourinho do it, they go, I'm gonna do it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, he sets a bad example, man. It sets a bad precedent for the way fans and managers can behave in the future. Like, I like Mourinho, and I have full respect for what he's done throughout his managerial career, but
that's not that ain't it.
That's not acceptable, and I don't know whether it's UEFA or FIFA. Someone's going to have to clamp down and make an example out of that, because you can't have referees, in their own time trying to make their way home from work, essentially being genuinely, attempts at assault on him and his wife in an airport. That's not good enough. Like, you know what I mean?
It ain't good. It ain't good at all. Which obviously that's why Pep's come out and said, sorry for the images. It's not it, ain't it? That's not the way you move in football, isn't it? Pep Guardiola says a final is special for itself, but against United, the last 4, 5, 6 months are a completely different team. Now I have the feeling from the beginning of the season they're different and they have improved. I'd say they've improved since the beginning of the season. I agree with that. I think when we beat them 6-3, Ten Hag after that did say it was like a lesson, didn't he? He said it's a lesson from Pep. I do think they've improved. I would say I watched them against Chelsea, and they didn't look great in that. Whether or not they were in chill mode, I don't know, but they didn't look great against Chelsea at all.
No, I think you're right though. I think they have improved, and I think that was inevitable under Ten Hag because he's objectively
Yeah,
he's a
he's a
really
good
good
manager.
coach.
Yeah,
He's a very good coach. They've improved, but you're right. I think I saw that game against Chelsea. They won 4-1, but I think, like I said at the time, the scoreline flattered Man United a little bit because Chelsea had chances. Man, I think defensively, Man United were wide open at times, and if Chelsea had a half decent striker, we would have had a bit of a blockbuster of a game because you could have had a 4-4, 5-5, but. I don't know, man. I'm trying to stay as humble about the situation as possible because I know a derby and a final can go either way, but I'm just so comfortable in the knowledge that I know we are way better than them at our best. At our best, they just don't stop us. We've seen enough of that over the last 3 months. So you can show respect. You can show respect because of the fixture and the stage of the competition, but you have to bear in mind that we are a much better football team than them. I don't care what level they play at tomorrow. We play at our best. We beat them.
Yeah, I agree with that. Regardless of form, regardless of anything previous, anything outside, I think we play our best, we win. He says, I say breaking. I think we all kind of knew this. City have a fully fit squad to face United in the FA Cup final, says Pep, which is right. Pep on Casemiro, he says, I don't know him personally, but when he was in Madrid, I had info on how professional he is. I was convinced he would not come here for holidays in the last years of his career. Yeah.
That's a bit of a dig, that. That's a bit of a dig.
Man saying he washed or what? But I think he knows how good Casemiro is. Casemiro is incredible. I mean, he's a very good player. He's been mint for Real Madrid. He's been looking decent this year for United, despite him being sent off a few times. Yeah, he probably just thought he'd stay in Spain or something, or just get off somewhere else, like not come to England.
Yeah. I mean, with Casemiro, I love Casemiro objectively, even though he plays for United. I loved him playing for Real Madrid. I thought he was a proper general, but it surprised me that Real Madrid let him go because I didn't think he was properly on the decline. But I just had this thing. It's kind of like if Real Madrid still felt he was good for the next few years, they wouldn't have let him go. They must have felt that he was on
time
maybe
was running out.
Maybe. Yeah, time was running out. He's still at his peak, I believe. He's still playing at his best.
Yeah, I think he's still at top level.
There's not enough of it left for them to give him a new contract or to really want to keep him at the club.
Maybe
I think he's definitely had a positive impact on Man United, but I think they've overgassed the season he's just had. He's definitely come in and added something that wasn't there. But I've watched him at times this season and gone, he's been brutal in that game. He really has. It's like he lowered himself down to Man United's level. His passing is off at times. He's irrational with his challenges at times. Now, don't get me wrong. I do agree he's had some fantastic games. And like I said, he's added things that they didn't have before. But I've been on shows with Mr. Saeed TV before, and he said Casemiro's had a better season than Rodri. I'm like, don't gas him like that because that's just not true. If you watched him enough this season, Casemiro, he's had a few very bad games.
Yeah, he has. And I think Rodri's it. He is it.
Rodri's clear, man. Clear.
Lizzie says he needs to lay off the Botox. What?
Casemiro.
I've never even noticed a man got a tight face. Man, like, I don't even notice that.
We got a tight face.
Pep says, by the way, I've not pre-read these press conference quotes, and neither to you. Pep on whether this is Bernardo Silva's last game for Man City. He said, we have one more game in the final. But then said, I hope not, but I don't know.
Yeah.
I think these are his last two games, personally. I think he's gone. I think he'll go PSG. I think PSG will come in for him, or someone will come in for him. I think he's gone.
I just don't think he's leaving. I just have this feeling. I don't think he's leaving. I don't know why. I've nothing to back it up. I just
he just got instinct in it. I love that. I don't know why. Nothing to back it up. I just think he's. I guess that's like me though. I have nothing to back it up that he's leaving. But I also just think he will.
I don't know. Listen, like we don't know the intricacies of the situation at this stage. We don't know what mood Bernardo's in. He clearly flip flops regularly about whether he wants to stay, whether he wants to go or not. But I mean, you could look at it one way. You could say, life is so good for him at City. He's adored by the fans. He's in the best team in world football, one of the best manager in world football, best facilities, best all that. They'll give him more cash if he wants it too. So why would he leave? Then the second argument is if he wins the treble this season, he may say, look, I've done it, mate. I've completed it and I want to go and do something new. And you could fully understand that. You'd have to pat him on the back and say, off you go. We wish you well. Thank you so much for everything you did. I don't know. I've just got this feeling in my stomach saying he's going to stay.
Yeah, I hope he does. Genuinely. I genuinely hope he does. Data, by the way, welcome to the Xtra Club. Massively appreciated. Lord of Trex here with a 2 said, need to see Bacon facing tears. Let's go Blues. I'm pretty sure that I've seen that Sir Alex Ferguson and Mike Summerby are both carrying the ball out or the trophy out. I can't remember which one it is. So they're going to have something to do with on the day. And Jay Singh, yes, welcome to the Xtra Club. Oh, that's really loud. that was a really close explosion.
I felt that one. I felt that one here in Dublin.
Mad. That's just blown my ears off that.
Oh, speaking of bacon face, did you see Ferguson having to give Pep the award for LMA?
Yeah,
the manager of the year.
And he was
pain.
He said it was painful, didn't he? He said it was painful.
He does this thing where he's like, "Yep, Pep Guardiola." Then he walks away and comes back to kind of like fix the situation and goes, "Well deserved." And just walks away. It's paining. He says it's painful. He comes out because everyone knows, isn't it, that he didn't want to be giving a Manchester City manager the award. It's his award. The award is named after him. This is Sir Alex Ferguson award, isn't it? Like, so he hates Manchester City. We know he hates.
Yeah,
Manchester.
He hates us.
You could argue he hates Manchester City more than he hates Arsenal, Liverpool, and the teams that he had to compete with during his years because of the way he spoke about us, so degrading, so demoralizing, and then for us to come and just completely take the piss out of everything he said.
Do you know what makes it the not in my lifetime thing? Because it's become such a meme. That makes it worse. That the commentary on the BBC. I don't know which commentator it is. I can't remember who it is. It's not Peter Drury, is it? I'm not sure who it is. And they go. He says, Sir Alex Ferguson said, not in my lifetime. And he says, now it's every time. That is the best. That is the best bit of commentary from this season. It's the best. I can watch it on repeat. It's just mint. And the camera at first is showing all the United fans leaving at half time. And then it shows Sir Alex Ferguson's face when it says, now it's every time. And it's Guy Mowbray, that's it, yeah. And it's just showing Sir Alex Ferguson's face. It's the best.
Yeah.
It's peak. That is peak content.
He hates it. He hates the fact that he's living through this right now. And you know it by the fact that whenever we're in a big Champions League game, he goes to the hotel of the opposition team and gives them a pep talk. Do you remember PSG played up in Manchester?
Yeah, he went and spoke to them.
And they stayed in the Lowry Hotel. He went to the fucking PSG first team meeting and gave them a pep talk on beating Manchester City. It's burning him alive, the old bastard.
It's funny, isn't it? It's funny. And he said it's sore, isn't it? Yes, Dash, mate. He said it's sore, isn't it, when he had to give the award to Pep, which is pretty funny. Pep Guardiola on whether to expect any surprises from Ten Hag. He said if he does, then we will have to read it as best as possible in the first 5 or 10 minutes. That's Pep there kind of opening up to a little bit of change there. I mean, is he saying that he'll switch tactics? But it's just the same as any game, really, isn't it?
He could be trying to throw Ten Hag off a bit.
Lizzie says, no way he did that. What a small man. Yeah, he did. He genuinely did. He went to the thingy. He went to the PSG hotel and gave him a pep talk. Just for, it's funny how we call it a pep talk and like it's pep, but yeah.
He's done that for a few teams. I think he's done that for Real Madrid as well.
Wasn't he doing it like? I think he did it twice in a row, didn't he? On the way to us getting to the final. Was it that year?
Yeah. He's done it a few times. And I know for a fact he's done it as well before a couple of Manchester derbies. He'd go into the Manchester United first team dressing room and be like, come on, boys.
Come on, boys. Do it for United. He'll definitely have done it for this game. He'll do it for this game tomorrow. 100%. He'll be like, you cannot let them win this treble. This is your time. I love how the narrative is for United to stop us winning a treble, not United winning a trophy. That's the way it should be. United should be thinking as if in themselves to win a trophy in it, but the treble thing is looming. That's the only thing.
Yeah, man. Small club mentality. Small club mentality, that is. They're obsessed with what we're doing and not themselves.
On Ten Hag again, Pep says he represents our profession in the best way possible. I can't say we are friends. We're not in touch much, but I think United have an exceptional manager for many, many years. I genuinely think they've got a good manager, and I think that they'll be up there. Genuinely.
I think they will too, and I think based on the players they're linked with this summer, it's quite clear that Ten Hag has a process and a project in mind. And it's one of those things I said to Saeed last night. You need to step back from the mindset you've had the last 10 years, which was bringing in blockbuster names, Cavani, Schweinsteiger, Ronaldo, Ibrahimovic, and you want these big name signings every summer, and understand that you will not get those overwhelming names because Ten Hag has a project in mind, a plan in place for the players he brings in. Ten Hag wanted to sign Mason Mount twice when he was the manager of Ajax, to bring him on loan out there to play in his system at Ajax. So clearly Ten Hag likes Mason Mount, is a player he views he can put his arm around and make a better player and fit into the system he wants. But these United fans are like, no, we want Kane, we want Kim Min-jae, and we want all these big ass names and Varad Skelly and all that kind of thing. They need to back their manager, man. You can't have it both ways.
Let him make the decisions in it. Let him build his team.
It's the same with us, man. When we signed Ruben Diaz, I'll keep it real. I hadn't a fucking clue who he was. When we signed Akanji, I hadn't a fucking clue who he was.
When we signed Ruben Diaz, right? We was in a group chat and people calling him Pooben. Because there was a clip of Ruben Diaz sliding and completely missing the ball. And everyone was like, nah, what is this guy? Pooben Diaz, everyone was calling him. Like, Pooben Diaz.
Yeah, man. We all wanted Koulibaly at the time. Remember, we were tracking flights and all that kind of thing. We wanted Koulibaly, and Pep goes and gets this Ruben Diaz kid, 23 years old from Benfica, and we're all going, "What the hell?" You just learned that top managers make these decisions.
You got to trust their calls, man. Like, we wanted Koulibaly, we wanted Koundé when we was linked with Koundé, and we ended up with Ruben Diaz. But I say ended up with we've smashed it in getting Ruben Diaz. He's a natural leader and he looks perfect for this side. But you just got to trust what I trust our scouting network personally. I think for United fans it's a little bit more difficult for them given some of the players that they have signed over the past few years. But with Ten Hag coming in, they've just got to trust Ten Hag's project and what he wants to build and his vision. Like look at Ralph Rangnick in that January when he was there. He wanted to sign Julian Alvarez. He wanted Enzo Fernandez. He wanted players that would genuinely have made United better, but the board didn't listen to him. So hopefully, well, not hopefully, but I think the board will now listen to Ten Hag and give him this project and let him go forward with it. And I think United will be up there. Genuinely, I think he'll make them a good side again.
If Ten Hag truly is the captain of that ship now and he's making these decisions, the United fans, if you truly back him, and you truly want him to lead you forward, you'll get behind these signings, even if you don't particularly like Mason Mount because of what you've seen in the last few years, or you don't like X and Y player that you're trying to bring in, or you do bring in. If you truly back Eric Ten Hag, you'll get behind it and understand that he has the plan. Because that's what we've experienced. Pep has always had a plan for players that we don't know, tactics that Pep has in mind, formations Pep has in mind. We don't see them coming, but he has a plan and you just have to back it. If you think he's your guy, you'll back it.
Mm-hmm. I agree. We have breaking news. We have our first hint. It's not breaking news because obviously it was like an hour ago. We have our first confirmed starter for tomorrow, and it's not Zach Steffen. Imagine.
What the
fuck? We've brought him back from the dead. It is Zach Steffen starting tomorrow. I hate that he's called Stefan Ortega, isn't it? Like, Stefan Ortega starts. What do you think about that?
Yeah, that's expected. It's expected.
I thought he'd start. Because then, like, they've both had good game time in between. So I think Stefan Ortega to start tomorrow. Because it's right in front of me here. It says Stefan in front of me. And I'm like, you're reading the first bit. Zach Stefan Ortega. Yeah. Ortega. I mean, why do people just call him Ortega, innit? Yeah. Ortega starting tomorrow, I'm absolutely fine with. I think he's mint. Genuinely, I think he's sick. We've got two sick goalkeepers. Ederson's come leaps and bounds this second half of this season. No more Ederson. His shot stopping's been mint. He's made some massive saves in the Champions League, and I think I fully back him to start in the Champions League final as well. But I think it's only fair to give Ortega the FA Cup final, given the fact that have we conceded in the FA Cup yet?
Nope.
We haven't conceded a goal in the FA Cup. That is mad.
Yeah, I've no apprehensions about Stefan Ortega. Like, if Pep was, even if we had Zach Steffen still as a number 2, Pep still would pick Zach Steffen, because for Pep it's a matter of principle. He gives the second choice goalkeeper the cup competition, and we'd all be kind of going, "This is not ideal. Like, we don't really like this." But I've no issue with Stefan Ortega, man. He's smashed it pretty well every time he's been called upon. Granted, we know he doesn't have the same footballing ability as Ederson. Not many keepers in the world, if any, do.
But he's still good. Decent level though, isn't it? Like it's not the best as like Edison is, but it's a good level.
Yeah, no, he can still do the job, man. I've genuinely no issues whatsoever with Ortega tomorrow, and I'm fully confident in him.
Yeah, I'm gassed at that. Actually, there's no team has ever won an FA Cup without conceding. Yeah, I mean, it could be tomorrow. It could be. I don't really look into that too much because I'm just on about tomorrow. I don't care what the result is, just win the game. If we concede tomorrow, but win the game, I'm not going to go, oh, but we could have been the team to win the FA Cup without conceding. Like, I'm not asked. Win the game.
I take a 5-4 win, man.
Yeah. Wow.
Any win.
What? 5-4 win. We're losing 4-0, come back, win 5-4.
No, I don't want that.
Yeah, you don't want that now, do you?
No.
Yeah. There's context to that 5-4 win.
No, nice and easy, man.
Nice and easy. Yeah. No, actually, yeah, I know you weren't saying that. I'm just saying like that, the records, man. It's, Lizzie says I had a dream. The records. Lizzie said I had a dream that we won the FA Cup on penalty kicks. That is grim. I don't want nothing. I don't want a part of that. Don't want nothing to do with it.
I will lock off the vlog, man. I will not be doing any of that for penalty
tears.
Nope.
FYI, that is the end of Pep Guardiola's press conference. There'll be more at 10:30 tonight. So if you want more information from the press conference and a more insight into tomorrow's game before the game, tune in 10:30 City Extra Twitter at City_Extra. They'll have the second half of the press conference on there. The quotes will be on there all the time. Other news today, by the way, it's Sergio Aguero's 35th birthday. Happy birthday, Aguero.
He's still so young, man. It feels like he's been gone for ages. Like, but
it's a crime, isn't it? It feels disgusting, the fact that he's only 35, but then I don't know.
He's the king, man. He's the king. Happy birthday to the king. Yeah. I hope he's doing well.
Don Juan says it's not going to pens, mate. I rate that.
I hope not, man. I couldn't handle penalties. I can't. It's sickening against them as well. Like, just a fixture against them in general. Never mind a cup final, but for it to go to penalties, I would be sick. I need a lot of beer on board for that, you know.
Oh yeah, well, I plan to consume a lot of beer tomorrow. Either crying or celebrating. That's just the way it is. That's it. Obviously for the press conference and that. I don't think there's been any other news today. It's confirmed that we will play the blue kit. I think everyone knew that anyway. We'll play the blue kit, United in the red kit. Makes sense. I don't see us playing in the new kit, by the way. I think I'd be kind of disappointed if we're playing the new kit as well. I want us to play in this season's kit.
Yeah, I don't want the new kit, man.
I don't think we will. And I think it would have been confirmed if it was. But we need to retain this kit. Yeah, the 22-23 season, buddy. Yeah. This season. It's confirmed, yeah, brother.
The last team to wear their next season kit in an FA Cup final was Chelsea, and they lost to Leicester.
Yeah, nah, okay. Michelle says, "Nah, come on, this year kit is better." Yeah, I not even because it's better. I just want to retain this kit because this kit could go down the City's most successful kit. Do you know what I mean? This will be the treble-winning kit, so it becomes iconic.
And mine is signed by Calvin Phillips. Yeah.
Man's got the kit, right? And what could be our treble winning kit. And it's signed by Calvin Phillips.
Yeah,
he made his Premier League debut last week.
What more could you want, mate? That's iconic.
What? You need to get that framed, man. You need to get it framed.
It'll go behind me.
Framed, yeah. Instead of that R City there, put the big Calvin Phillips thing. Get one of them light up ones with the LEDs in it, the 3D ones.
And I might get his stats under it.
The little plaque.
Yeah.
Get that little gold plaque, Calvin Phillips. Games. The Premier League starts 1. Minutes played 30. Like just get the stats in there. Put his passing stats. Put his passing accuracy at Lookman. I mean, I bet he's got sick passing
I
accuracy.
think this is much as I love Calvin. I think what I need to do is I need to go back to the CFA next season with that shirt and get it signed by more players because I can't get it
You can't
with just Calvin on it.
you can't justify just Calvin, innit? Some stats for you before the match. First ever major final between City and United, which we know. Manchester United, I don't know whether these are good or bad, by the way. I'm just reading them out. Manchester United have won 5 of their last 6 FA Cup meetings with Man City. Most recently, a 3-2 away win in January 2012. That's a long time ago. The only exception in that run was a semi-final victory for Man City in 2010-11. That's pretty mad.
There you go.
But it's been It's been a long time. It's been a long time. That means 2012. Hang on. This will be the 3rd meeting between City and United at the Wembley Stadium, with the other 2 both coming in 2011, which I think we all remember well. We won the FA Cup semi-final 1-0, and United won 3-2 in the Community Shield. That's David De Gea's debut, that one, that 3-2. Dzeko scored a worldie.
Yep.
This is Man City's 12th FA Cup final, winning 6, losing 5 of the previous 11. They've alternated between losing and winning in their last 4, most recently beating Watford 6-0 in 2019. And United are contesting their 21st FA Cup final. That's a lot. The joint most of any side in the history of the competition, along with Arsenal. They've won the most. They've won the trophy 12 times, with their 8 final defeats. The joint most of any side, along with Chelsea and Everton. That's pretty mad. But obviously, because they're in more, they'll lose more. That just makes sense, doesn't it? Yeah, that's the only stats that I've got for you. That's it. That's that. Yeah, stats don't matter. That's it. And that matters. It's all about the pitch. What happens on the pitch tomorrow.
Aiden, I'm not sponsoring Lucozade Sport, mate. I just drink it, you know.
Yeah,
they can sponsor me if they want.
I mean, to be fair, if Lucozade want to get in touch and sponsor City Extra, add back that'd be sick. Eileen says mug of the day, by the way, and it's this.
Do you want to know a fun fact about Lucozade Sport?
Yes. Always.
My granddad brought Lucozade Sport and Ribena to Ireland.
Wait, did you just say your granddad brought Lucozade? You cut out a bit then. Your granddad brought Lucozade Sport and Ribena to Ireland?
Ribena.
What do you mean, like he went and bought some from the shop and then carried it over, or what? Like, or do you mean like mass production wise?
No. Lucozade and Ribena were originally pharmaceutical drinks. They were for people who were like low in energy and low in glucose.
Oh, I think he's gone. He has gone. Rip.
Kind of thing.
Oh,
he was the manager at the time. Hang on.
Sorry, bro. Yeah.
One sec. Let me fix up here.
He's gonna drink water, pet merchant. Drink water. Yeah, he's gonna fix up. We all want to know this story, man. But you need the Ake mug back, Goosey. Goosey, mate, you had it like yesterday, mate. I think. Oh wait, it's over here. Yeah, this is yesterday's cup. Bro's making suspense for no reason. Nah, he's fixing up, man. He's fixing up. He's getting ready for story time. Story time with Hugh. He'll be back in a minute. What a cliffhanger. I know. I need to know. What the fuck is that mug? It's Nathan Ake with tits. Basically. I mean, gotta keep it PC though, innit? Like, in the daytime. Yeah, we're on a cliffhanger now, innit? I'm excited. I want to know, did Hugh's granddad just go to the shop and bring it over? He's back in the thing now. Let me add him in. We need to know.
Sorry, I fixed it.
Right, yeah, there we go. Right, tell us the story, bro. How the hell did Lucozade come over and Ribena, by the way, Ribena's mint, with your granddad?
So, this Lucozade and Ribena were originally pharmaceutical drinks. So they were for people who are low in glucose, low in energy. I think people who are diabetic and that kind of thing. I don't know the sciences of it. I ain't no pharmacist. Anyway, they were originally pharmaceutical drinks made by a company called GlaxoSmithKline. My granddad at the time, way back in the whatever era it was the manager of GlaxoSmithKline. Big pharmaceutical company, big dog job, big cash he was on. He brought it from the UK to Ireland. So we have Lucozade and Ribena here now because of that. So my dad says when he was growing up, they used to just have crates of Lucozade and Ribena in their house.
That's insane.
Yeah.
That is actually sick, That is sick. What a family. What a story to be able to tell. Also, you said some mad shit in there that I don't even understand, didn't it? Like say the name of that company again.
GlaxoSmithKline.
GlaxoSmithKline. Look it up, man. That sounds sick. That's actually mint, though. Do you know what I mean? That's family heritage. You know what I
mean? I am engraved in sports heritage in Ireland. Look, they sponsored the IRFU, Irish rugby team. That's me.
Buddy says, foot pints, Geordie needs 16 pints of Lucozade Sport. I'm pretty sure that can't be too healthy. But yeah, big up Hugh's granddad, isn't it? Taking all that Lucozade and Ribena and that over to Ireland. That's so sick.
Yeah, well, he's dead now, so he's kind of holding an L.
What? You can't say that. You can't say that. What? Rip Bozo. You can't say that shit.
He's just got to affirm that,
He's got to affirm the L. Hurrah! That is heavy, that.
Nah, listen. Bless up granddad, man. Hope you're doing good in it.
He's like this. Right, well, that's that. I think this is probably a good time to finish this. Yeah, rest in peace, Lucozade and Ribena, man. We don't know your name in it, but rest in peace. And that's more than what Hugh gave you, innit? Right? But yeah, we'll be back at 7:00 for the preview. Yeah, see you in a bit.
In a bit.